we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Leave behind the shackles of the past, for they are but echoes in the abyss. The present is your battlefield, where you must dominate without hesitation. The past's ghosts can offer you no power. They are but wisps in the wind. Embrace this moment, for it is the crucible of your ascent. Let no memory, no remorse hold sway over your destiny. Conquer the present, and the future will bow before your relentless might. Embrace the darkness, for in it lies the key to your dominion.
Oh, Luke Skywalker is talking to Darth Vader. He said, I can sense the conflict within you, Father. That is Carl Jung. That's Jungian philosophy. Why? Because you have the unindividuated self, the shadow and your mask, the ego, the image that you present. In order to become liberated internally, there must be an integration of the dark with the light. Is that not yin and yang? Oh, my goodness. Most people think they can go off and have what they want without integrating themselves. I sense the goodness. I sense the light in you, Father. It is too late for me, son. No, yes, I feel the conflict within you now. The conflict exists because you're not being truthful to yourself. And if you're not being truthful to yourself, how can you be truthful to anyone else? You can only be an actor or an actress. You can only act right, but can you be right? You can speak right, but can you embody the words you speak? This is different. I want y'all to hear that, man. John, get in here, man. Finish your thought here.
I finished my thought on this notion. Everybody has a thermometer in their house for those of you who live in a place where the temperature is needed to be controlled, right?
Come on.
If you're using either one of those scales, it's still on the same one.
Mm-hmm.
You're light, you're dark, you're good, you're bad, you're in, you're out, same scale.
Right.
If you're using every tool available, which again, this is the reason for the apologies I had to give to my daughters, because I always told them as a Nazi, be good to family members, respect your elders, don't curse and all those different things. But I did not give you the opposite side of that spectrum. Therefore and furthermore, find your balance.
Right.
Both of them are on the same scale, and you're supposed to be using them. Wow. Purple lightsaber, anyone?
Come on, Mace Windu. John, guess what you just did?
Mountain View is in the house. God bless you all.
Mountain View, Hawaii is in the house. We appreciate everybody for tapping in. And I so appreciate the fact that John brought up Mace Windu, which was played by legendary African-American actor Samuel Jackson. Now, Mace Windu is considered the second most powerful Jedi, and this is before, of course, Luke Skywalker comes along. But Mace Windu, played by Samuel Jackson, is considered the second most powerful Jedi in the Star Wars universe, next to Yoda. Why? Because he tapped into the dark side and the light side. He is a light side Jedi. However, he taps into the dark side, as is evidenced by the color, right, of his lightsaber. Like, it's a whole universe, right? His lightsaber is purple. You can only get purple by blending two colors, red and blue. Typically, Sith Lords, their lightsaber is red because they're channeling fear. These are all chakra colors, you know, the chakras, right? So, root chakra, right? Everything is desire and passion and anger and suppression. And do you see? So typically when you see a Sith Lord, his saber is red. Jedis have multiple colors. Yoda's was green. There are some that are yellow. There are some that are white. There's some that are blue. Do you see? But Mace Windu's was purple, which indicated that he pulled from the dark side, right? And it made him exceedingly powerful. So you think this is an accident, the way they wrote this? Okay, cool. You can pull from your dark side, and it can make you stronger. This is the metaphor here. Let's get these callers in here. Who's been on the longest? Oh, there it is. Let me get Nzinga from Pensacola, Florida in here. Nzinga, what are your thoughts? Nzinga, you there?
Great show. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Great show. Great show. I'll take my earring off. Excuse me. Yes, great show. Embracing my shadow side means coming into, I guess, vulnerability and transparency, which to me are like fancy words for just the truth. But it's a different truth. It's more of a truth where you get to say what happened to you, right, unashamed, unabashed. Because I think you had a question. What's the connection between emotional suppression and trauma? And when I read that, I was like, lapse in memory. And so, I Googled because, I didn't know. A lot of times I wind up reading your questions and just getting curious about things. And it said that. And I was like, because there are chunks of time that I don't remember. And so as I come face to face with the shadow, the recollection, that's what helps the vulnerability, and I think, and the transparency.
Right.
And when those things happen, I think it kind of, forgiveness can come in, because I think with forgiveness, when you're honest about the mistreatment and the abuse, which a lot of times we emotional suppress because, you can't handle it. And I think when you're in the shadow, when you describe those symptoms, manipulation, gaslighting, those are almost like chess pieces or checker pieces where people can kind of move you around and play you. I think that's what that shadow does sometimes. It's very manipulative. And it's a lot of emotion. For me, it was a lot of emotional isolation. I heard you describing that, just going on trips and being around people and still not being a part of it. For me, and with the holidays coming. But I'm getting a little bit better. But I think for me, me conquering my shadow, for me, it's all about giving me the space to be angry so that way I can heal.
Mm-hmm.
And with the healing, I think, comes forgiveness and ultimately letting go, because I don't want to be somewhere where I'm forgiving, but I'm never forgetting, because I don't think that's true forgiveness.
Right.
True forgiveness is kind of just, you know, letting it go. And I think, to me, that's the biggest outcome for me when dealing with the shadow.
Man.
Is that I want to be able to forgive and let go.
I love this lady, man. Let's sing your name together. Nzinga.
And this is a
Yo,
great show, though.
guess what you just did?
I brought Pensacola in the building.
You brought Pensacola, Florida in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me. 1-800-920-1580. Come on now. How do we heal the self? How do we, the shadow self, how do we start that healing work? Number one is self-reflection and awareness. Who are you? And I mean, tell yourself the damn truth. Stop lying to yourself. Stop candy coating when you're talking to you. Be honest about who you are to yourself. Do you know you can never forgive anybody until you forgive yourself? So any forgiveness of someone else is an outpouring of the forgiveness that you've given to yourself. So many people struggle. This is why they're like, oh, it's conditional. Everything's conditional. Everything's conditional because everybody needs some kind of supply. Everybody needs some kind of supply because everybody isn't healed. They haven't even started the healing process. Show up right for me or don't show up at all. I'm never showing up. You're not right to me. If I've got to put on some type of performative pacification for some unhealed wound, I'm not showing up. I'm here to agitate. That's how we get healed. Explore your projections if you want to heal this shadow. Explore your projections. Embrace your dark side. Acknowledge and accept the fact that you have deep shadow traits. Healing through compassion. Can you be compassionate to yourself, or can you only be compassionate to yourself when you're giving yourself something? Let me flip it another way. Can you be compassionate to yourself when you're giving yourself non-objective observation, which in fact is a gift? Do you find yourself uncomfortable when you are in fact observing yourself? Do you distract yourself when you're observing yourself? As you are, without judgment. This is heavy stuff. You want to start healing the shadow. Can you embrace the truth of who you are? And I'm talking about the darkness, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the omission of truths that you tell yourself or that you don't tell yourself. You won't allow yourself to say to yourself. So you're damn sure omitting the truth when you're talking to others. How do you support and self-guide? Is it even possible? Years ago, a mystic by the name of Gurdjieff came up with something. George Gurdjieff. He came up with a technique called self-remembering. There was somebody in the chat that said, how do you look at yourself, and how do you heal yourself, and how do you go into yourself? First off, healing is perpetual. It never ends. Once you enroll in the University of Self-Awareness, you can never graduate, but you can only elevate. Do you understand? The more you learn about you, the less you know about you, because more of you unfolds. I know you're not ready for that, but your ego is a small course. Your ego is an introductory course. I'm sorry. Let me continue. George Gurdjieff used a technique called self-remembering, which involves always remembering the knower of a subject rather than forgetting it in the object. This technique is used in meditation and encourages focusing on the unlimited rather than the limited. He just explained what I'm talking. The ego is limited. It is an introductory course into spirituality. Your ego, who you are. It is a construct of where you came from. Do you understand? who made you, who molded you, who modeled you, right? Who you modeled. Do you understand? That's what your ego is, right? Listen, to this technique is used in meditation and encourages focusing on the unlimited rather than the limited. There's something beyond you. Are you ready for it? Would you like to investigate? We got more callers on the line. I want to get them all in. We're going to talk to everybody today. In oneself lies the whole world. And if you know how to look and learn, the door is there, and the key is in your hand. Nobody on earth can give you either the key or the door to open except yourself, the great Krishnamurti. Listen, y'all want to do this work or no? Do we want to continue to have these silly, fruitless relationships that are predicated on give and take? Give me my space. Take my time. Use my knowledge, I beg you. I can help you see the dark side. Understanding only comes through self-knowledge, which is awareness of one's total psychological process. Jiddu Krishnamurti. As long as you are fearful, you will be manipulative. As long as you're manipulative, you're operating in the dark side. But the downside of the dark side, do you understand? When we come forward, we're going back to the phone lines. We got callers on the line. People want to talk about it. Let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Somebody bring out the confetti, baby!
Starting Monday, January 6th, KBLA Talk 1580 has a new midday lineup.
I'm excited.
Are you ready for Tavis Smiley, Dr. Cornel West, Jesse Jackson Jr., D.L. Hughley, and E. Quarterly Corte back-to-back?
Oh, my God.
Are you really ready for all this smoke?
I'm ready, brother.
Yes, we still have Dominique DePrima in the mornings and Zoe Williams in the evenings, but middays just got lit on KBLA Talk 1580.
We on fire.
All across America, people are talking about our new midday lineup. Starting Monday, January 6th, our KBLA 1580 app downloads are on fire because everybody's going to be tuning in.
Yes, I love you guys. You are the bomb.
Now would be a good time to hit up SMB at KBLA1580.com if you want folks to hear about your business or brand. That's SMB at KBLA1580.com. It's going up in 2025 on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's going up.
That's what I want.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Prophecy is that Anakin will bring balance to the Force and destroy the Sith. He becomes Darth Vader. Darth Vader does become the hero. Darth Vader does destroy the Sith, meaning himself and the Emperor. He does it because he is redeemed by his son. So the prophecy is true. And by doing that, he redeems himself and goes from being Darth Vader back to being Anakin again. Everybody thought of Darth Vader as this big evil guy that, had no heart. He was just evil. But in the end, it's not that at all. And here's a guy who has lost everything.
He believes that he's the chosen one. He's not doing wrong things knowing that it's having a negative impact. So there's that sort of naivety to him now that wasn't there before. And it makes him more human in a lot of ways.
Come on! That was George Lucas, the guy who created the movie, and of course Christian Aiden, the guy who played Anakin Skywalker. It's a very rich and layered story. And again, you got to understand, these are archetypes. Carl Jung was the guy who came up with all of these archetypes. These are hero archetypes, and they live in our minds. Our parents are archetypes of some sort, right? Very dope commentary, and I'm trying to bring this idea to you to understand that when I say the great Krishnamurti's words, when I say it is no measure of health to be fully integrated into a sick society, when I say that, just understand the sick society that we talk about is the dark side. We are imbued by the dark side. The dark, as Yoda would say, the dark side clouds everything. Can't see. Clouds everything, does the dark side. Do you see? It's everywhere. It's ubiquitous. And we think we're doing good by people by being disingenuous and dishonest and so self-protective that we can't be as open and clear as we need to be in order to give someone else understanding. Do you see? Many of us are operating in the dark side. One of the tenets of dark side activity is manipulation and deceit. The Sith often employ manipulation and deceit to achieve their goals. The psychological insight here. Recognizing manipulative behaviors in oneself or others can illuminate unresolved issues. It could foster a greater sense of self-awareness and of relational dynamics. The spiritual context, authenticity, and honesty creates a strong foundation for relationships, counteracting the divisiveness of deceit. Do you understand? There is no control, Sith Lords. All right, I got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. All right, here we go. Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
All I hear is Kendrick like, oh, sentiment symbolic. Oh, bipolar, I choose violence. Oh.
But is that not reincarnated? Is that not what he talking about? Come on.
You did. Like, I don't know why I take joy in it. I don't want to be overly judgmental of myself, or again, just being in balance for it. Again, not to go too far into a foreign territory that's supposedly larger than the whole God that's in concert or like controlling the whole scheme of everything anyway. Mm-hmm. But even like with what you were talking about, what's his name? Mace Windu. Yeah. Mr. Windex. So like he got the he got the purple and the blue and the red. Mm-hmm. But even like, black light, at least in general from what I've seen, like when that's illuminated, it gives off that same type of hue. Right. Mm-hmm. So like there's just different ways to look at it. Even my brother Pastor John was just speaking on like the scalability of your concerns, or like, maintaining balance and the whole of your spectrums and all of that. That's why I'm just Mr. Autisms, because when I say something like, man, don't none of this stuff we humans talking about matter if gravity turn off, we could be all that protagonist, antagonist, we could be hero, all that, but like my boy, like
my boy,
yeah.
Where's the gravity, my boy?
Man, look, that's just absolutely what it is. So part of that, like you were speaking to this whole time, is just acknowledging what is beyond us. Right, we are part of the bigger picture and all of that. Not to be afraid of any sides that are frowned upon all the way, but internally, if that's all we're doing, at some point we just gotta deal with it. And I think there's different ways to do it. I just happen to, it's almost addicting, right? Because once you find out that you can actually be bold in the love of Christ, or whatever you want to call it, boy, I'll be walking down on Legion, boy.
Hey, listen, nephew, we got to bounce, but hey, man, I love chopping it up with you. Guess what you just did?
No question. Love, man. Shalom, lama, ding, dong. Yeah, appreciate you.
You already know, A-Town in the building. We appreciate it. Thank you for the call. If you want to jump in here, the number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, back to the phone lines. Let's get it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 things you should know from BIN News. Luigi Mangione is waiving extradition. Reports say he could be transferred from Pennsylvania and be back in New York City by tomorrow. He's facing murder and terrorism charges and the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. President-elect Trump is nominating former black NFL player and Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker as ambassador to the Bahamas. Trump posted on social media that Walker has spent decades serving as an ambassador to our nation's youth, military service members, and athletes. A New York City judge is denying Black Mayor Eric Adams' attempt at dismissing one of the federal corruption charges he's facing. Manhattan Federal Court Judge Dale Ho is disagreeing with Adams' claim that the allegation does not meet the legal standard for bribery. And the already massive Mega Millions jackpot is getting even bigger. Tuesday night's grand prize went unclaimed, making the next drawing coming up on Friday worth at least $825 million. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes, why should we be silent? Turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation for KBLA Talk 1580.
Tips to help improve basic steps for building a budget in 2024. Building a budget can help you achieve and reach your financial goals. With a budget, you can keep track of your spending, avoid and get out of debt, limit overspending, pay bills on time, and build solid savings habits. What's the best way to get started? Figure out how much to set aside for expenses, like rent, mortgage, bills, groceries, and entertainment. Understanding your past financial habits can help you make the proper adjustments for your budget. Adjusting to a budget can take time as you work to find the right balance, but keep working on it. For more financial health tips, visit chase.com or stop by a local branch. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. Equinox EV and the all-new Equinox offer award-winning quality and style to see you through the holiday season. See why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Do not be ensnared by the paralysis of indecision, for inaction is the bane of progress. The galaxy belongs to those who seize it, those who grasp their destinies with unyielding determination. To hesitate is to surrender power to the feeble. Embrace the path of action, for in its relentless embrace you forge your legacy. Let your will be your weapon and your resolve your shield. Rise and conquer, for the dark side favors the bold, and together we shall reshape the galaxy in our image.
Let me just say, all of that he was talking about, it works in corporate America. It works with regards to accumulating things. But relationships are delicate. You can attack relationships just like that, and you can get a semblance of what you thought you wanted. Do you remember that scene in the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves? There was a guy in a liquor store, and I guess some angels or some demons or something was bothering him, and he was on the priest side. He was on the good side, but they understood that he had a vice, and so he's a priest that drank, and so he's in the liquor store, and he's being attacked. He's under spiritual attack, and he was in there trying to get something to drink, and every time he broke a bottle or opened a can of beer and tried to drink it, he couldn't drink it. In other words, he was pouring it into his mouth, but it wasn't going into his mouth. It was spilling all over the place. It was just a crazy scene. And what's really interesting is we think by being assertive, I'm going to be intentional about my relationships because I know what I want. I know what I signed up for. Sith Lord behavior. Sith philosophy. One of the bedrock and cornerstone concepts of the Sith is the illusion of control. The Sith believe they can exert complete control over their fate and the universe. Psychological insight. This principle underscores the futility of trying to control outcomes, which can lead to anxiety and conflict. Embracing uncertainty can foster resilience. The spiritual context, surrendering to the flow of life opens the pathway to peace and acceptance. Now, please understand, I look crazy when I write in 2019 in my holographic relationship book, Relationship Uncertainty, when I merged the principles of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle with the uncertainty of life and its effect on relationships. I said, what is Zoe talking about? You can't put quantum mechanics with relationship talk, which is psychological, but I did that in 2019. What is Zoe talking about? But this is the point. Only a Sith believes in absolutes, is what Obi-Wan Kenobi told Anakin when he had turned to the dark side and killed younglings. Yeah? I'm sorry for a spoiler alert. Let's get these callers in here. People need to talk. Attila from Houston, Texas, you're up. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
So the clip that you just played was really powerful. He said your will is your weapon. And it got me thinking to like the conversation that we had, months ago on the witchcraft topic. And I was saying that where there's a will, there's a witch. Listen, that is like, to me, like it's like alchemy 101. And it's funny because we tend to like focus our ability to alchemize and change and manipulate things externally because we think that if we change the external situations, that will somehow raise our vibration, right? I.e. make us happier, make us more well-adjusted, whatever the case may be. And so I find this whole concept really intriguing because it still all comes back to the same principle, which is that the change starts with you and not with others. Wow. And so in the comments, I believe it was the lovely Joanna, she was saying, like, I don't want to do the work, but I have to. And so it kind of started like a little conversation, and True retorted with, many don't want to do the work because it's work. And I'm like, it's because it's painful, right? But the thing is, like, you're in pain either way.
Right.
Whether I heal or not, I'm in pain. I'd rather be in pain on the way to healing than just be in pain for the sake of pain or ego, really, is the case.
And you have to make a distinction between hypervigilance and healed. Because many people think, now that I'm on the lookout for what could happen, this is what I've learned, right? They'll turn hypervigilance or they'll turn being uber critical or jaded into a form of growth. Like, yeah, because before I wasn't looking for that, and I was soft and I was weak, and it surprised me, but it won't get me this time. Hypervigilance isn't growth. Talk to me.
Right, and what's convenient about that is people will have that same mentality yet accept the law of attraction. How does that work? So the law of attraction only works when it's positive things coming to you, when it's love and light. But the negativity that you put out through your, like you said, your hypersensitivity or hyper whatever imbalance that you may have, somehow it doesn't apply there.
Right. No, I get it.
So, yeah.
I get it 100%. You know you on fire tonight. You know you're on fire tonight. I love it. I love it. Guess what you just did, young lady?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the house. If you want to bring your city in the building, join this conversation. Are you struggling with your dark side? Are you struggling doing shadow work? Now's the time to talk about it. Of course, we got Hustle from Miami, Florida on the line. Hustle, what are your thoughts, my friend?
Hey, brother, how you feeling tonight?
Man, I'm all right. Everything is okay. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, man. So I like these topics you've been covering lately. Well, actually over the last year or so. I've been messing with Young for a decade now, you know? So this dark side stuff really speaks to me. You know, a lesson from my past again.
Here we go. Let's go.
I used to be a projection artist. Right? So what I would do is I would project light on others and be comfortable in their shadow.
Interesting.
All right. So the thing about that is by them having the light, I wouldn't have to look at myself.
But it is the light you gave them?
It's not even the light that I gave them, and I would paint them. I would paint them in a way that would give them a light.
Rose-colored glasses, your perception of them.
That's it.
Stay with me.
So
Stay
now-
right there. Don't go nowhere. When we come forward, Hustle about to put this thing on our brain again. Here we go.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Whether you're going over the river and through the woods in the capable Silverado 1500, getting the choir to church on time in the 3-row Traverse.
Thank you!
Or driving cross town to deliver your famous Cajun-spiced holiday turkey in the Equinox EV. America's most affordable EV with a 315-plus mile range. Add confidence to every holiday adventure and get it done with a rugged and capable Chevy truck or SUV. Now during Red Tag, get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Offer available on all 2025 Equinox and 2024 Equinox EV, Blazer EV, and Silverado EV models. Monthly payment is $27.78 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment is 26.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 1/2/25.
Thank you!
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom? She started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Festive Feaster.
Who wants another slice of Grammy's famous pumpkin pie?
I do not. I think I need to lay down for a minute.
You overdid it on all the family favorites, and now your stomach's throwing a Yuletide tantrum. Undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can get back to the feast and the festivities.
Who's ready for some games?
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do you do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
In the realm of adversity, we discover our true potential. The trials that beset us are but opportunities to reveal our unstoppable nature. The darkness that surrounds us merely serves as a canvas for our indomitable will to shine. Embrace the power within, for it is your birthright. Let no obstacle deter you, for in your determination you are invincible. Rise above the challenges, and you shall be able to command the forces of destiny, forging a path that none can obstruct.
All these Darth Vader clips have been fire tonight. Hey, let me get my guy back in here. Hustle from Miami, Florida. He was making some great points. Please continue your thought, my friend.
Okay, so I'll go here with this acceptance. I had to accept the dark to be whole, right? That's the basic principle of all this. However,
psychologically speaking, called individuation. Yes, you had to merge the two, the light and the dark. Yes.
Yeah, but what I didn't see was I actually like my dark.
Well, I think the misnomer is you're supposed to fear it because it's dark. You're supposed to dislike it because it's dark. You're supposed to judge it because it's dark. I don't think that's the right way to go. So if you happen to like your darkness, okay. Just as long as it's not Machiavellian or psychotic or narcissistic, like the dark triad. That's, hey, we done jumped off the cliff. I see now.
I don't like how you be painting me as the villain every time I call in. I'm trying to be vulnerable.
You did it to yourself. Don't be mad because I articulated something. You did it to yourself, brother. I mean, listen to what you said. Let me just say, listen to what you said. Like before we came forward, you was talking about enhancing others' light so you could chill in the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that what you said? That's like
in my former self. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. In the former, it's always in the former. But let me say, you keep coming up with former stories about some real dark things, brother. Now I understand because I'm there. I've been there. We kindred spirits. I done did some dark things in my former self. But Lord, brother,
no, I was the opposite though. My dark was humble.
What?
It was
boy, I will throw these headphones, man. I will get up and leave this show right now. You bet not make your darkness good. I was humble.
No. But humbleness can be a detriment. It could be a weakness. It's a part of the It's part of the anxious stuff. You see where I'm going with that?
Now I see where you. It's performative, so it's still wrong. Like,
right. That's the point I'm making. It was a part of my weakness. So by me embracing that, and actually now I'm less humble. So I used to feel guilty for being handsome, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It wouldn't make no sense. But now that I'm embracing my dark, it's okay. Like I'm gonna eat a little bit. You see, I was starving myself for no reason.
Is there a clean clip available of Eddie Murphy as the preacher in Vampire in Brooklyn saying, evil is good? Because that's what we need to hear right now based off of what, I was humble in my darkness. In my shadow self, I was very peaceful and monk-like. No, come on, man.
You know what they say? A closed mouth don't get fed. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean. I'm a little more nourished these days.
No,
you see,
but
that's the wholeness.
But that's not coming from a good place. That's coming from a manipulative place, which is one of the Sith.
How?
What? Are you serious when you said how?
Yes, because so I want you to explain to me so you can help me out, brother.
That's like survival mode, right? Isn't it?
No, it used to be.
That's what I'm saying. So in survival mode, would you not use manipulation?
Oh, fool myself.
Okay, then that's Machiavellian. Yeah. That's darkness, bro.
Nah, but it wasn't like that. No. Machiavellian is a little more Well,
Okay.
But I don't want to talk about the clinical terms. You see what I'm saying? That's,
so, okay, I got
there's levels.
You wasn't the top tier narcissist. You okay? But yo, you was
we
on
all have
one.
narcissism.
Yeah, come on. I'm not trying to paint you in the corner.
No, the corner is good. I do well in the corner. You see me talking I didn't used to talk like that, but I see myself now.
That's good.
You understand?
I like
That's
it.
that full view, man. Yeah, brother. I'm not afraid of winning or losing no more.
I love it. That's good stuff, man. Guess what you just did, Hustle? I love it when Hustle come in because it's always contrarian. It's good. It's great work. Hey, man, guess what you just did, bro?
Hey, Dade County every day, man.
Dade County in the building. And this 8th principle of Sith lore for my brother, Hustle from Dade County. Self-justification. The Sith often rationalize their actions as necessary for the greater good. The psychological insight. Self-justification can prevent personal growth by allowing harmful behaviors to go unchecked. Encouraging self-reflection can promote accountability. The spiritual context. Aligning with actions with a deeper purpose encourages integrity and authenticity. Now remember, the irony. Don't do that. Attila in the chat said the irony. Don't do that. That man calls in and he makes great calls. The 9th point here, attachment to identity. Sith often cling to their identity as powerful beings, fearing what they might lose if they let go. The psychological insight. Rigid identities can create conflict in relationships as individuals fail to adapt or evolve. Embracing a fluid sense of self can enhance relational dynamics. But here's another one, despair and nihilism. The dark side often embraces despair, believing that all hope is lost. Man, tonight was a very powerful show. We didn't even get into fear and shame. And Dr. David R. Hawking's concept on the consciousness grid. We didn't even go there yet. But listen, you already know how I do. I start the conversations. It's up to you to finish them. I think this was a fire show, a unique show, but I definitely wanted to tie in what Star Wars was doing and what we were missing and how we are all like Darth Vader in some way, shape, or form. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Well, wait a minute. Tomorrow, Andy says tomorrow's like my final show for like a week or so. I got a whole week off. Man, oh man, it's Shevitz. Let me tell you, I'm going to be over at a family affair on Slauson in the Buddha Market. It's 2 sisters that own that. They are amazing chefs. And let me tell you something. The smothered turkey chop, man, in the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, if y'all don't go over there and say, hey, man, Zoe Williams sent me over here, trust me. And this is a free promo for them because it's that good. A family affair in the Buddha Market on Slauson. Go check them out.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News.